Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 1 variable inequalities. The lesson we're going to start with is inequalities. Graph solutions to one step inequalities. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. R minus 3 is greater than 1. First thing you need to do is solve the inequality. You need to isolate the variable R. So it would be R is greater than 4. Now you have the inequality. So is not the solution but all the numbers that are greater than 4. So we have an open circle at 4 and the graph is pointing on the right side, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. A plus 2 is greater than 3. So you need to subtract 2 both sides. So A is greater than 3 minus 2. So A is greater than 1. So we have an open circle at 1 and the graph is pointing at the right hand side. So A is greater than 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. Two t is greater than equal to 8. So t is greater than equal to 4. So we have an equal also. So that 4 is there is a closed circle at 4 and the graph is pointing on the right hand side because all the numbers that are greater than 4 solution. So option number 1 is the correct option. There must be a closed circle at 4. So option number 1 is the correct option. R minus 3 is greater than 1. So which is the correct option? R minus 3 is greater than 4 is R is greater than 4. So we have an open circle at 4 and the graph is pointing at the right hand side. Two m is less than 4. So m is less than 2. So the graph is pointing at the left side because all the values are less than 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. F plus 8 is less than equal to 10. So F is less than equal to 2. So we have an equal sign on the 2. So 2, we have a closed circle at 2 and the graph is pointing at the left. So option number 2 is the correct option. 3h is greater than equal to 6. So which is the correct option? 3h is greater than equal to 6. So we need to solve this equation for h. So h is greater than equal to 2, right? So equal we have, that means we have a closed circle at 2 and the graph is pointing at the right hand side because all the values are greater than 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. solve two steps inequalities. Solve for S. So S is greater than 1. So S is greater than 1. Let's just start with the test questions. One is greater than minus 2 minus n. So 1 plus 2 is greater than negative n. Greater than negative n. So n is greater than negative 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. N is greater than minus 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Five q minus 5 is less than equal to negative 10. 5q is less than equal to negative 10 plus 5. So 5q is less than equal to negative 1. Q is less than negative 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Q is less than equal to negative 1. Solve for h. 10 plus 3h is less than 1. So 3h is less than negative 9. H is less than negative 3. H is less than negative 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for S. 10 plus 3s is greater than equal to 1. 3s is greater than equal to negative 9. S is greater than equal to negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Five is less than equal to 3 minus c. So 5 minus 3 is less than equal to negative c. So c is less than equal to negative 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. C is less than equal to negative 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Negative 1 is less than equal to 7 minus w. So which is the correct option? Negative 1, negative 7 less than negative w. So w is less than equal to negative 8. W less than equal to 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Solve two inequalities. Let's just start with the lesson. Solve for s. 1 is greater than s minus 2. It would be s is 1. Let's just start with the test questions. Five is greater than or equal to minus 2 plus minus 6. 5 plus 2 is greater than or equal to negative d. 7 is greater than negative d, greater than or equal to negative 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. D is greater than or equal to 7. Negative s is less than minus 2 minus z. Negative 8 plus 2 is less than negative z. Negative 6 is less than negative z. So z is less than 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Z is less than 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. One plus 5g is less than negative 9. So 1 plus 9 is less than 5g. 10 is less than 5g. Oh, negative 5g it is. So g is less than negative 2. G is less than negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. 2a plus 1 is greater than or equal to 5. 2a is greater than 5 minus 1. 2a is greater than 4, so a is greater than or equal to 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. A is greater than or equal to 2. 5q minus 5 is less than or equal to negative 10. 5q is less than or equal to negative 10 plus 5. So 5q is less than 5, negative 5q is less than or equal to negative 1. Q is less than negative 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. One is greater than 2 minus s. That is s is greater than 1. Option number. But why I selected the s is greater than 1. Okay, got it. Negative 1 is less than negative 3 minus q. Negative 1 plus 3 is less than negative q. 2 is less than negative q. Q is less than negative 2. Q is less than negative 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Solve multi-step inequalities. Two c minus 3 is less than negative 3. Add 3 both sides, right? So 3 and 3 cancel out, negative 3. 7 plus 3 is negative 4. Now divided by the 2, that is the second step. First step, basically we're undoing all the operations, right? So the first step is adding 3 both sides. The second step is dividing both sides by 2. So c is less than equal to negative 2. Let's just start with the test questions. Four plus negative one. 5. So subtract 4 both sides first. This is the first step. 4 plus negative 1 r minus 4 greater than 5 minus 4. Negative r is greater than 3. R is less than negative 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. R is less than negative 3. 8 plus negative 2f is greater than equal to 10. Add both sides, subtract both sides 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. Negative f is greater than 1. So f is less than negative 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. F is less than equal to negative 1. Five g plus 4 is greater than negative 4. G is greater than negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. D divided by negative 1 plus 5 is greater than 9. D is less than equal to negative 4. n divided by negative n plus 2 is greater than equal to greater than negative 4. N is less than 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. G is less than 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 5 is less than n divided by negative 2 minus 8. N is less than negative 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Later today, so we were working create math. The chapter we were working on is solve. The chapter we were working on is one with inequalities. The lessons we have covered today are graph solutions to one-step inequalities, graph two-step inequalities, solve multi-step inequalities. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That, that is your homework. Answers are available in the live chat button to chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions if you have any. Okay, then that's